So many mycotoxins, trichothecenes. We test that in some of the mycotoxin tests. Yeah, induced neuronal cell apoptosis. So some of that could be you're just causing the cells in the brain, and especially the substantia nigra of the midbrain. That's where dopamine cells are being produced. Some of it could be apoptosis. That means programmed cell death and or inflammation in the olfactory epithelium.
Isn't that
Interesting. So it
crazy?
seems to be a neurodegenerative. And then look, it says ochratoxin A causes acute depletion of dopamine and its metabolites.
Look at
So I
that.
wonder if that's it sounds like it's possibly a stress response, right? Because
Mhm.
dopamine tends to go downstream to adrenaline. Could be a almost like an autoimmune response because you're having apoptosis. This is neuronal cell death, programmed death. This is part of the reason why apoptosis is important, right? Because if you don't have good immune function, this is how cancer forms, right? Your immune system helps program cells to die when they need to die. This is apoptosis, but if you can't do that, then cells can overgrow. Hence, you have a tumor, right? And so this is actually happening to unhealthy or to very healthy tissue that you need to be functionally healthy that produce the dopamine in the midbrain.
Yeah,
So
look at that
very
too.
interesting.
Talking about the hippocampus too. We know the hippocampi,
Memory,
you've got two of them. This is why
memory.
a lot of people have brain fog problems, and also I would say that short-term to long-term conversion is
Yep.
is impaired.
Can you see this one here, the mold inhalation one?
I'm
Let me
just seeing that
switch.
you're highlighted on the hippocampus word for now.
Let me switch back to the other one here.
Okay.
This is mold inhalation. This is interesting. Let's go pull this up. All right. Mold inhalation causes innate immune activation, neural, cognitive, and emotional dysfunction. So
This is
this is
pretty new,
important.
July 2020 paper here, so relatively
Yeah.
new.
Yeah. So the ability to mold to cause such symptoms is controversial since no published research has examined the effects of controlled mold exposure on the brain. Patient symptoms following mold exposure are indistinguishable from those caused by innate immune activation by bacterial or viral exposure. Interesting. So in this study here, they added in, see here, toxic and non-toxic mold stimuli would cause innate immune activation with concomitant neural effects and cognitive and emotional behaviors. We intranasally administered intact Stachybotrys, this is black mold,
Oh,
extracted non-toxic Stachybotrys spores, and a saline vehicle to mice.
you don't
As
want to be that
predicted,
mouse.
wow, no, as predicted, intact spores increase interleukin 1 beta, immune reactivity in the hippocampus. Both spore types decrease neurogenesis. This is forming new neurons in the brain and cause striking contextual memory deficits in young mice while decreasing pain thresholds. So this is another word saying causing more pain in the body. So if you have mold exposure, joint pain could happen, right?
And of course, check out the next line too.
And
Look
enhancing
at the
auditory acute memory in older mice.
look at the
Non-toxic spores.
anxiety.